Right citizenship. Let me explain to y'all how this is supposed to work, since all these demons coming online. Gaslighting people that's trying to do the right thing. Meaning, they feel as though they're traitors. Because they don't want to be evil anymore. And that's why they out here self-destructing and trying to take everybody down with them. So check it. The indigenous people of America is not citizens. And it's supposed to be completely free of work and taxes. But we do have a straw man, which is supposed to act as the citizen for us. We control everything as the beneficiary. The straw man itself is the trustee that's linked to your social security number. When you're indigenous to this land, your social security number is linked to your social security trust, and it marks your citizenship. And obviously, birthright citizenship is the highest of all citizenships. To keep it simple, it gives us extra benefits, such as not paying taxes. As we see today, the rich don't pay taxes, kickbacks from the state and government, but as we see, everyone else is getting those benefits through DEI. Also, the automatic ownership of land and property. But obviously, as we see today, they're stealing everything we have put into their trust. Now, the lower forms of citizenship basically allows other people from other nations to come to a different nation and live there, to work and pay taxes, to support the country and the indigenous people that live on the land. Essentially, it's like when you come to America to live a better and safer life. It's a privilege, and that's the only benefit you're supposed to get. So to sum up everything I just said, the indigenous people of America is supposed to be the ones living the American dream, stress-free, not working, while all the foreigners that move to America is supposed to be serving us, as in running all the businesses and public services, and that includes the military. We're supposed to be treated like royalty. Everyone else is supposed to be working for us, the real Americans. Obviously, we don't see the system working this way, and it was clearly reversed. And how they did this was becoming the trustee. On the paperwork, they coerced and deceived us to sign. This allows them to sign for us, messing up all our contracts, essentially creating fraud to steal the benefits from the real Americans. So every time we use our social security number, right, it takes our credit out of our trust. Then the security transfer agents, who we think are banks, holds our credit and give us the debt that the Federal Reserve owns, which is the debt notes that says for public and private. This is how they're stealing our money through the public and putting it back in their private trust. So their debt notes is of negative value, meaning we can't ever pay anything off. We are literally paying back the debt that they owe us by using their debt notes. We're using their debt and paying ourselves back. So what the security transfer agents, who we think are banks, are really doing, the credit that they are holding, they give to businesses through loans. And we all know there's actually just people that hide behind these LLCs and corporations. So I want y'all to look around and see who owns all these businesses. Mainly people from other nations. This is why it's much easier for them to access our credit. They know through the businesses they can make the profit, which is our stolen credit. Then, like I say, place it into their private trust or send it back to their home countries, draining America, when all reality the system is supposed to keep the wealth in America. This is how they created oppression, which leads to crime and mental illness. Then the legal system takes full advantage of that, which messes with our freedom and our wealth even more, because they are using the same process. Every time you hear them call out a charge, it means they are charging your Sesta QV trust, creating bonds, stealing our credit. This is the exact reason why we're harassed by the police way more than everyone else, because we own all the credit, and it has to be recycled and passed through them in their minds to stay alive. That's why most of the population in prison and jail look just like me. They're using our resources to support everyone else besides us. I said all that to say this. They use birthright citizenship to complete a destiny swap of a whole race of people with our consent unknowingly by signing these contracts or electing corrupt officials. As I said earlier, we're supposed to be treated like royalty, while everyone else is supposed to be treated like the quote-unquote Black Americans. The days of us suffering for everyone else's benefit is over. And by the way, birthright citizenship has to be removed in order for everyone to be registered to their original countries. Y'all may not know it, but there's a type of citizenship called jus sanguinis, meaning right of blood. This allows a person to be a citizen by blood of the parents or grandparents who is already registered as a citizen in a different country than where the child is born in. As in, if your grandparents was born in Germany and is a citizen of Germany because of the blood, and you're born in America, you will still be a German citizen because it's in your blood. And that's how it's only supposed to work. Everything else is just quote-unquote legal, but it's not lawful. So the whole citizenship was designed to keep track of people and their assets. Now when everyone is registered back to their home countries, this is when those Doge checks gonna be sent out. Because as I stated earlier, they've been stealing all of our credit and sending it out to the world disguised as DEI, USAID, etc. Y'all seen the trillions that Doge uncovered. So all Trump is doing is reversing the coercion of oppression and trying to use a system how it's designed to be used in the first place by balancing the books, because obviously it disrupted the energy on the planet. So if everyone is properly registered to their countries, then all the stolen wealth can be returned to all the countries that has been deceived and defrauded as well. So here in America, how would it be fair that these quote-unquote citizens can receive the wealth that was stolen from America when they was the ones that helped do it knowingly or unknowingly? This is why the immigration situation is so serious. A lot of these people do not realize the damage they are causing to America, and they really think they're gonna get benefits from doing it, even though they have this whole time, but also it's being reversed back to how it should have been the whole time. All in order to balance the energy so we can ascend, while all the low vibrating entities and the sleeping people descend. As we all can see, they are failing to recognize evil. Therefore, that means they are evil because they don't know right from wrong, which is a lot of citizens that skipped the immigration process and they became radicalized by working for a systematically oppressive system, coercion, fraud, unfair treatment, and the G side of all the indigenous people of America. This is why Trump always mentioned everything has to be merit-based now, as in on your real skills, because everything was DEI. It was designed to not let us in and to keep us down, and so they could gaslight us on everything that's being done. Like for instance, saving money, generational wealth, so on and so forth. But if we're all not collectively not making the amount of money till we can save money, how can you make more money when you can't save money? Because now it becomes more expensive because bills got overdraft fees, they got late fees. You got to buy the minimum amount of things instead of buying everything in bulk, which saves you money. And the same, like if you think about the stock market, you can't make much money if you don't have much money to put it in because everything's interest based. So if you got $100,000 to play with, you can make mad money and have an infinite money glitch versus somebody that only got $200-300 to play with. That's the same thing with everything, and it's designed this way through the citizenship. That is how they was able to keep all the wealth, the quote-unquote money, away from us, and they could do whatever they want. And like I say, gaslight us, make it seem like we're not doing what we need to do to get in the positions that they are in when they was given that position. Because like I said, we own all the credit, so how is it possible that anyone else can be above us here on our own land? Shit crazy. But anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.